supporters of Biafran independence have been shot dead by the Nigerian security forces during raids while they slept, at prayer meetings and remembrance celebrations, and while trying to flee from peaceful marches. Since August 2015, the security forces have killed at least 150 members and supporters of the pro-Biafran organization IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, and injured hundreds during non-violent meetings, marches and other gatherings. Video footage and eyewitness testimony consistently show that the military, which has been deployed instead of police to control pro-Biafran events, has dispersed peaceful gatherings by firing live ammunition with little or no warning.
The Nigerian government has its own way of dealing with peaceful gatherings it doesn't like.
They started shooting us, killing our brothers. Over 10 of them were lying dead there.
The army is trained to kill and not to police processions or protests or demonstration. They are trained to eliminate whoever they see as the enemy.
See young men, young boys, 18 years, 15 years, being wasted like that, just because of what you don't know.
The day began with a gathering of people who want to create an independent country in the southeast of Nigeria, what was once known as Biafra. Pro-Biafra members and supporters had come to pray for the release from prison of one of their leaders.
We have seen an increased number of disgruntled young men and women in southeastern Nigeria joining processions, joining gatherings to demand for an independent Biafra state. Because the people in that part of the country have always feel marginalized, they've always feel segregated against, they've always feel left out in the share of the Nigerian national cake.
Back in 1967, people in the southeast of Nigeria declared themselves independent, creating a separate country called Biafra. A civil war ensued in which an estimated 2 million civilians died, mainly from famine, as a result of a blockade on food supplies imposed by the Nigerian government. Almost 50 years on, there is a resurgence in calls for Biafra to again become a separate state. About 200 pro-Biafra members and supporters gathered in a high school playing field. Many recorded what happened next.
We saw the army people marching into the premises. When they were marching in line like this, once you enter, as they entered there, all of them will just squat down, staying as if they are in the war front.
Without warning, without any signal, without any notification of what was going to happen, the military opened fire with live ammunition on these peaceful activists and supporters.
People dying, people falling on the ground, blood gushing out. The whole part of that field was filled with human beings' blood. And after a while, they start carrying dead bodies into their van. Where they took them to is what we don't know.
They came with an intent to shoot, to kill, and to injure, and that for us gives an indication of the brutal nature of the Nigerian security forces' response to pro-Biafra agitations.
But this was not the only occasion. Take this one, 3 months later, on the 30th of May 2016, when pro-Biafran members and supporters had gathered to remember those who had fallen during the civil war. At least 60 people died that day.
We see more than 20 heroes of Nigerian army, joint force, navy, police, and they began to shoot at us. We began to run. As we were running, they shot me on the palm leg here.
Even when the injured sought refuge in gutters along the road, the military would seek them out, executing some on the spot.
And when they were packing the bodies of the people that they shot, they now came inside the gutter and see that I'm still alive. he began to pour me acid. He wanted to blind my eye, but I turned my face down on that gutter.
Survivors say they have been tortured and denied medical treatment while detained by the military. Since August 2015, at least 150 pro-Biafra activists and supporters have been killed in numerous incidents involving the Nigerian army. Bodies were dumped in mass graves and even burned to eliminate any evidence.
We cannot rest. If you go to church, they will shoot you. They will burn the church. If you go to the market, they will come there to shoot you. You will also be in your house, they will come there to shoot you. There is no peace of mind in this country.
This is not something that is new within the country. We have documented cases in other parts of the country where the same Nigerian security forces have been carrying out various forms of human rights violation. So we think that the Nigerian government has to go back and ensure that they provide the mandates, they allow the police to do their work, and the military should go back to their barracks.